This is my Mark III Golf 16 valve colour concept. It's my longest standing car and my favourite car, but other newer projects come in the way and this 16 valve gets pushed to the side. Today I'm going to be showing it a bit of TLC and a bit of love before it goes back on the road in summer. As a 30-year-old car, it's starting to show some signs of age. So here we have my trusty rusty Mark III Golf. There's a couple of things to address first, which is the lacquer peel on the bonnet. Being a red car, it gets a lot of UV damage from the sun and lacquer starts to peel off and the top coat comes off. I accidentally sped up this process by putting a car cover over it for a couple of years because I thought I was protecting it. As you can see here, an air gun has blown the top layer of lacquer off, which is absolutely terrible. I could literally peel the lacquer off with my hands, it was that bad and loose. Here we go, here is the finished product. I didn't get any videos because I'm not the one painting the bonnet and the grille. But it's an excellent colour match, which I'm pleased with. And there's a finished product. I'm really happy with that. It's got a hell of a shine on it. I'd like to thank the anonymous man for painting my bonnet. I'm finally taking the car cover off for good. The car cover that ruined my paintwork on the bonnet and the grille. This car has had that car cover on for roughly on and off 3 years and it's absolutely destroyed parts of the bodywork. I believe when it got cold, condensation got caught underneath the cover and then it froze and then it caused micro blisters in the paint. As you can see, it also caused a bit of a damp problem. Now I can't seem to get rid of the damp even though I've used numerous amounts of products to get rid of it. The bonnet and the grille look even better in the daylight. I'm so pleased with that. I also have some other little bits and pieces to put on, such as a powder coated 16 valve inlet manifold, which I've had for a long time but I've never got round to fitting it. I first started attaching the bonnet. I should have used another person to help me with this, but I didn't have another person to hand. And as a pro tip, if you want some hydraulic struts for your Mark III Golf, Mark IV Golf tailgate struts fit perfectly. You can take the little bulb attachments off the boot and off the chassis and they fit perfectly. Just bolt them in place. 10-minute job, little retrofit. Right now I'm just aligning the panel gaps so it looks like it's legitimate from the factory. The passenger side was a little bit out, so I had to loosen the tops of the wing and then push it inwards because it didn't align. Now it aligns nice and flush. Now I'm just putting the grille back together. There's some little fiddly plastic clips and metal clips on the metal grille, so just be careful how you're handling them because they can snap easily, or if you're handling the metal bit, it can chip the paint off easily. Watch me struggle aligning a fuel cap. I mean, I could fit a bonnet fine, but a fuel cap seemed to be a little bit too much. Maybe it's because of my big clunky hands, but every time I'd shut it, it would move, so I couldn't get a good panel gap on it. But I got it sorted in the end, so it's all sorted now. No need to show you the process of removing the mould from my seats. I did use something that included mould remover, so hopefully it doesn't end up coming back. I didn't have any problems with damp, but it would just appear over a couple of weeks, only a tiny bit of mould. Here is the new powder coated inlet manifold. I've had this for quite a while now. I brought it off eBay powder coated black and I decided it wasn't really for me. And at the time I couldn't sell it. So I thought, you know what, I'll give it a chance, I'll put it back on. No one wanted a 16 valve inlet because everyone would go to independent throttle bodies, so I guess nobody wanted that at the time. And here we go, disassembly of the inlet manifold. It's pretty straightforward, so I'm just going to let the time lapse run. There is 3 tricky bolts at the back of the inlet manifold that I did forget about. I took 2 off and forgot one of them. Just remember there is 3 at the back. When I built this engine up for my first engine conversion, I used the important torque specs, but I think I just did this FT, so it's probably too tight, so it's good to go back over things and torque things down correctly. If there's any call for it, I do have the entire time lapse of assembling and disassembling the inlet and other surrounding areas, but I didn't add all of this because I thought it's not really needed. If you have any questions about engine conversions in a Mark III Golf, please fire away and ask some questions. This, for me, was my first engine conversion. It's probably alongside the easiest engine to put in a Mark III, on the side of a VR6. And then a step above that will be a 20 valve turbo, which I've also done. So if you have any of those engines, please let me know. I'm actually already in an engine conversion guide for the 20 valve turbo in a Mark III Golf, which is already on YouTube on another channel. But if you still need any more information on the VR6 or the 16 valve or anything to do with engine swaps, please let me know and I'll do a video. Apologies for the low lighting, I had to make something fit and I got a bit distracted and I forgot that I was still filming, so it's a little bit too dark. Overall, I think I prefer silver, but it's good to have a change and I have both covers. I'll refurbish the silver inlet manifold and then I'll probably swap it over at some point, but for now, having a cheap powder coated inlet manifold is pretty good. I think I'll keep it for a while. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, share and subscribe. And please check out some of my other videos linked below.